Hi, my name is Esther Lightstone. I am currently enrolled in Touro College in Professor Levy's Introduction to Special Education online course. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my student named Victoria. She is in third grade, and every time we have reading groups, something happens. I call her to come to her reading group. The whole group is waiting for her to come, and on her way to the group, she manages to hit some children on the way. And then once she gets to the group, then she realizes that she forgot her pen or she forgot her book, and she goes back to her desk and she fumbles through the papers and she drops everything on the floor. And this has happened at least 3 times this week. So I have decided to do a functional behavioral assessment on Victoria. So I'm going to guide you through the steps as to what happens with a functional behavioral assessment. So here we have a functional behavioral assessment. IDEA in 1997 came out with a revision. IEP team must, within 10 days, meet to formulate this functional behavioral assessment plan, and they must collect data in order to develop a behavioral intervention plan. What exactly is a functional behavioral assessment? So the purpose of it is to diagnose the underlying reason for a child's misbehavior. Is Victoria misbehaving just because it likes to hit children, or is she misbehaving maybe for another reason? It will not be effective just to punish the child for misbehaving when we don't know what triggered their behavior. A functional behavioral assessment also analyzes under what conditions the behavior does and does not occur, and it examines the physical environment, the learning environment, and the social environment in which the behavior occurred. Okay, the first step to verify the seriousness of the behavior. So the IEP team must ask the following questions. How much does this behavior differ from those of other students? Does this behavior have an effect on the other students' learning? Does this behavior compromise the safety of other students? And when or where does this behavior most often occur? We're going to look at the intensity, the frequency, and the duration of Victoria's behavior. The next thing we have to do is we have to define the observable behavior, the problem in observable terms. We have to define it as much as possible, okay, so that anybody who comes to observe this behavior will know that 2 minutes after Victoria is called to reading groups, she delays and does some sort of inappropriate behavior. We have to describe the behavior, so this will help to ensure accurate and reliable observations. And we're going to have to do initial observations, and we're going to have to look at the student versus her peers, meaning how different is Victoria's behavior from everybody else in the classroom? Is the problem really Victoria's behavior, or is it really something with the teachers, with my classroom management? Maybe I'm doing a poor job with my classroom, and that is why Victoria is misbehaving. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to collect information. We have to review her records. We have to interview her parents, and the teachers. There might be an issue of bias here. Maybe the parents are in denial that the child does have some sort of issue going on. The teacher might have some sort of bias towards the child. Maybe the teacher just doesn't like the child. And we also have to look at the student as well. That maybe the student is going to be very apprehensive and very anxious when talking to an adult. And then we have to do the observations, the ABCs of a functional behavioral assessment. Here what we have is an ABC observation form that the observer is going to fill out, the IEP team is going to fill out. We're going to figure out what the antecedent is, what happens before this behavior, the behavior itself, which is Victoria hits other children and makes it so that she gets delayed. And the consequence is that she misses most of the reading group. Okay, this here also is a scatter plot, which is very helpful so that we can write down exactly how many times this occurs and when this occurs, so that we know if it happens only during reading groups, does it happen during math, does it happen during English, and so on and so forth. The next thing we have to do is we have to analyze the information and examine possible functions of the problem. Okay, we have to figure out, did this behavior occur only after one antecedent, or when else does this occur? We're looking for patterns of behavior over here. And we also have to see, based upon everything we know, can we attribute this behavior to anything else? Is there some sort of socioeconomic reason that we can attribute this behavior to, or is it merely something going on in class? And also triangulation. Here's a triangulation chart, which is where we can look at different sources and compare them visually to give us a better idea as to what exactly is going on with Victoria. The next thing we have to do is we have to establish a hypothesis. Okay, team members devise one or more possible explanations for the student's behavior. They use all the information they have acquired thus far, and this hypothesis will help us build a plan. A typical hypothesis is when A occurs, the student will B, and then C will occur. Therefore, the function of this behavior must be whatever it is. So in our case, when reading groups occur, the student will hit other students or delay, and then C will occur, she will miss the reading group. Therefore, the function of this behavior must be to miss the reading group. Function we learned here is that she wants to miss this reading group because she's very apprehensive and she's very anxious about reading out loud. So she doesn't want to be part of this group because she's very nervous. So the IEP team, we come up with a plan to teach the student appropriate behavior. This may include changing the antecedents, modifying programs or curriculum, or changing the environment. It's very important to find replacement behaviors. These behaviors must be positive. So maybe in this case, we should tell Victoria, before reading groups, the teacher is going to prompt her to tell her when exactly it is going to occur. And what her replacement behavior is going to be is that she must be the first one to get up to come to the reading group. Okay, this way it is impossible for her to hit other children on her way if she will be the first one to get up and she will be the first one to go to her group. This is an example of a behavioral intervention plan sheet, which the IEP team would fill out as well. Here we have the hypothesis statement. We have here the behavior of concern, the defined behavior, it has to be in observable terms, and the intervention goal. The last thing we have to do is we have to monitor and evaluate the behavior intervention plan. All personnel who will be involved with the student should be informed and should be trained as to how to work with the student effectively. The student needs to be aware of the replacement behaviors and the rationale behind it. The student should receive incentives for appropriate behavior. There should be instructional environment to help guide the student. Maybe we should have a schedule on Victoria's desk highlighting reading group time so that she knows exactly when it's going to happen. There should be cues, prompts, cards, and things like that. And if this is not working, then the behavior intervention plan should be revised. So here we have now helped my student Victoria. Hopefully this plan will be monitored time and time again to make sure that she does not misbehave and that we can incorporate her into the reading groups even though she is anxious about what is going on. So I hope that other people could use this for their students as well, to know how to do a functional behavioral assessment correctly in order to improve the classrooms. Thank you.